Hello.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sit in It for a Bit on a Sunday with ARNE and Carlos. And we are, as always, your hosts.
ARNE and Carlos.
And we are back with a new episode of our Sit in It for a Bit podcast, which we started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Back then we did it every week. Nowadays we do it every second week on Sundays.
Didn't we do it every day?
Sorry, we did. Well, we started every day.
Started every day because we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And we had nowhere to go.
Right. And then things normalized, so we did it every week. And nowadays we do it every other week. If you are new to this podcast and you think it's going to be all things knitting, it's not. The whole point of Sit in It for a Bit is that you sit and knit for a bit while we recap our life here in Norway and the different projects that we are working on. We are knitting designers, but we do other design work as well. And today we are going to be talking quite a lot about our fabrics that we have designed for Lewis and Irene.
Yes.
Well, lots of people have been asking where Freya is in the past few weeks, and she's here. She's on my lap. Hey, Freya.
Alive and kicking.
She's alive and kicking and doing very well.
She's like almost sleeping.
Yeah.
She could be stuffed actually.
But
She doesn't move.
she moves. Look.
Freya, move.
Move. You see? She's not stuffed.
She's alive.
She's alive and kicking and doing really well. Yesterday we went to the groomers. Arne and I went to our groomer and Freya went to hers.
Yeah.
And
Not by herself. Of course.
No. And she's a little bit sleepy today because we went to the vet so that she could get her yearly vaccine against rabies.
Yeah.
We don't really have rabies in Norway, but if we need to travel with her to another country, she needs the vaccine. So,
and she's always getting a little bit tired after the vaccine. So
yeah, and
she's
also she gets tired after the vet because it's kind of an ordeal. They also clipped her little nails. Yeah. So it was an ordeal, and now we're gonna let her sleep here on my lap.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she doesn't want.
No, she shouldn't. Oh,
okay, she's gone. She's gone.
Yeah, probably a moose or something.
Something, yeah. Right now in Norway we are having a little bit of a heat wave.
It's been very warm, actually.
Yes.
So not normal this time of the year.
Absolutely not.
So, but a lot of things are not normal right now. Like a few days ago, I found a bird in the storage house, which I have never seen before. And I managed to catch it. It's really high up in the roof, so I used a ladder.
You mean ceiling?
Ceiling, and I had a ladder and a basket. Then I managed to put the basket over the bird, and then I took my hand under and grabbed it. And it was the cutest bird ever.
You took a picture of it.
I took a picture of it, and I Googled it, and I found the name was in Norwegian, rødstjert. And I think the English name was a common red start or something.
Oh, okay. What's she doing now?
Did you hear that noise?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe there's a bird again.
Yeah. Freya! I don't know. And I don't know where Freya went anyway. So
There she is.
Oh, hey Freya. So the bird episode was quite interesting.
Yeah, we haven't seen the bird up here before, so that was kind of exciting.
That was nice. And then you caught it and you let it free.
It was so beautiful that the tail was like red brownish, and he has really nice like lines in his face, black lines around the eyes. A very beautiful bird, I have to say.
Nice. And we are recording this podcast on May 14th because we're going to go to England tomorrow, May 15th. So by the time you see it, it's been a few days. Right now, on May 14th, it's actually warmer in Norway than anywhere else in Europe, which is quite incredible.
Our friend is going to Greece.
Yeah, our friend is going to Greece. She should stay here. It's really, really warm outside. Temperatures of 26 degrees are expected on May 17th, which is our Constitution Day. Thank God we're not here, because if we would have been here, we would have been wearing our woolen folk costumes.
That would be warm.
And we would have melted away. So 25, 26 degrees Celsius is around 77, 78 Fahrenheit. So it's pretty warm.
Pretty warm in May, actually.
Yeah. Norway has a bad reputation in terms of, everybody thinks it snows all the time and it's always cold. But if you by any chance happen to be Norwegian and are planning your vacation or your 17th of May holiday in the south of Italy, in Capri.
Don't do it.
It is actually a couple, I think it's about 5 degrees cooler there
so you
than
can
here.
stay at home.
So,
but you know, we've been freezing the whole winter, and I think just a few days ago we started to complain about the heat again.
Yeah.
Because we were cleaning up in the garden and it was too warm for us. So we had to take breaks in the shadow.
Yeah.
And that's always like that. Like we complain about the cold and then we complain about the warmth.
The warmth.
There's always something.
Yeah, and everything has happened so quickly. So we went from full winter into full spring with some summer-like temperatures. The lake is now officially defrosted, and I'm thinking that in about 2 weeks' time, 2-3 weeks, it will be swimmable.
Probably, maybe
so
before,
temperatures of 20, 21, 22 Celsius.
Because the lake is not that deep, so I think it heats up really quick.
It heats up really quickly.
One year you jumped in May, in the water
in the end of May, yeah.
So
that was the year we left the house, and there was another heat wave in May, and when we came back, everything was beautiful.
Yeah. My Freya, come here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
She's being naughty, as dogs are.
Yeah.
But she's a good girl most of the time.
And she's so soft now, so nice. She has a little bit different cut this time. She's more fluffy.
I was a little bit disappointed when she came out of the groomer because the groomer didn't cut her fur. We like it short for the summer.
Yeah, but she's like nothing. And
it looks like she's overweight, which is like, and you know, you can't really see it because you can't see her body because the fur is so fluffy and so big. So we put her, when we went to the vet today, they put her on the scale and she weighs 4.8 kilograms, which is around the double in pounds. And that's okay. She should weigh below 5 kilograms to be in her healthy weight. So she's not overweight, she just looks overweight because of this funny cut.
And the groomer gave us something new, which was kind of funny, and we forgot to try it because we had promised we should send a picture of it. It's like
it's like a fabric tube.
A tube, what you call that? Like a balaclava kind
It's like a balaclava for dogs.
For dogs.
And you put it on, so that when she eats, the ears don't get wet.
So we should actually put that tube on and send a picture, but you know, I don't know. Poor little thing.
Yeah, she won't like it.
We can wash her ears.
And that's another gadget you didn't know you needed until you get
because
it.
These are hanging in the water and in the food. But you see, most of the things she gets stuck in her ears are not in the food or the water. It's in the garden.
Yeah.
That's where she finds stuff.
Yeah.
So, but we have been. It's been a very busy week.
Very busy week.
Or
weeks, yes. With all the renovation. Well, not renovations. It's the building of the space. And the big mess, and then the garden kind of appearing out of the snow. Lots of little flowers. We've got beautiful little bluebells and this flower that we can't find the name. It's like a Christmas rose, but it's not.
I have the
It looks
name
like a Christmas rose,
but I don't remember.
like a white, beautiful.
And the crocus and the wildflowers.
Yeah,
it's getting nicer. We're going to do the gardener again, the pajama gardener.
The pajama gardener is coming back. We're going to start the pajama gardener with a few episodes from England. So it will be the pajama gardeners in England.
Without pajamas.
But
with clothes.
And then when we come back, we'll continue start up the pajama gardeners again. Yeah. We got this whole new area of our garden, which we're planning now because of the extension. It's an area that we kind of have left.
Yeah, it's been very wild. If you've seen our Instagram, there's a picture of me under a big green leaf. That part of the garden has almost just those big leaves.
And those leaves are going away now?
Because I put them in some other place in the garden where we would never have a flower bed because it's too much rocks and stuff, so they can just spread out. So this summer, I think we will spend the whole summer cleaning that part of the garden because the roots are everywhere. It's like they call pest root.
Petacites japonesis or something.
Maybe that's a good. How do you remember?
Well, I got good memory. That's what I have. Yeah, and the thing is, we didn't want to do anything in that area before because we knew the extension was going to come up there.
And then they will just destroy
Yeah,
it.
but not only that, we wanted, from an aesthetical point of view, we wanted to see how the extension interacts with nature and how we can design that part of the garden around it.
And I think it would be very nice because like now we have the rock garden, and then between the rock garden and the grass where Rob is working and the other garden, there will be like a small, narrow, small in Norwegian, narrow passage into the other garden. So it will be like rooms. That's the carpenter.
Yeah.
They're doing the framework in the studio upstairs in the new room.
So they are picking up wood out here and bringing it in.
And yesterday we were finding more samples for colors to the room. And I think it's the last week I've been working on these old chairs because I went to the garbage place and I saw these beautiful old wooden chairs in the container and I couldn't leave them. I took them. That's a few years ago, actually. And now I have restored them. So today I am painting the first layer with white. And then...
Well, it's the foundation, the
foundation,
primer.
And we
the
found
primer.
the primer, and we found a really nice dark blue color, which we will paint. Electric blue.
Yeah.
So,
and
I'm so happy I saved 2 old chairs.
Yeah, we got a new favorite. It's called Little Green.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah, because we tried it now, and
we love it.
I think we talked about that last time.
We did.
Yeah.
We love Little Green. Very nice paints. But we're not abandoning Fire and Ball. The bathroom, we're going to paint the part of the bathroom that is not going to be tiled in a Fire and Ball color called Ointment Pink, which is beautiful. It's an archive color. It's beautiful kind of blush pink, which is very lovely. And then upstairs, we were looking into copper red, which is beautiful. But Arne, tell them what happened.
Yeah, because we were thinking, we should have that red on the walls and then white ceilings. But the problem is that the ceiling is like this and is 3.5 meters up in the roof. And if you paint the roof white and the walls red, when it looks like this, the whole room will look like an envelope.
Yeah.
So we have changed the plan. So now
I told Arne that I think personally that we have to paint the ceiling, the sloped ceiling, the same color as the walls for it to look cohesive.
Yeah. And there will be a big bookshelf, so that will have another color.
So when I told Arne that, and he started thinking about it, he said, well, actually, tell them what you said about going in there in the mornings.
Yeah, because now when you walk in there, it's all like yellowish with the fresh wood. So
and beautiful.
It's very uplifting to come into a very yellow room in the morning.
Yeah.
So we have found 3 different yellows, which we're going to paint today and see in daylight and the evening and tomorrow morning. And then we will decide. Yeah,
because it all depends on what you're going to use the room for. And in this case, it's a studio. It's Arne's new studio. And you're going to be there. You're an early riser. You're going to be there. You're going to start working there at the crack of dawn. And you're also going to bed early. And you'll finish working at what, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, then I'm like...
And then you're gone. And so if you're going to use the studio from the early morning hours until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then maybe an uplifting, a bright,
I think we need
but light color is a better idea. If the room was going to be a very dramatic room that we use a lot under candlelight, we close the curtains and we do these beautiful jewel tones or maybe reds.
Then it could be dark.
Then it could be amazing in copper red. But for the purpose of the room, I think it's better. I mean, you fall in love with the red,
yeah. It was beautiful.
But
we just have to build more.
Yeah.
More extensions.
Or we take one of the rooms that we use at night and we make that one copper red. Yeah.
But I have to show, because I went thrift shopping.
Yeah.
Thrifting.
Again.
And why did I go thrifting? No, I went because of this. Because we were in the thrift store and you saw it. I didn't see it.
Well, actually, Arne saw a mirror.
I saw a mirror.
And told me, he came up again and said, I saw a mirror in the thrift store. It's Italian. It's probably from the 60s, 70s. It's got glass around it.
And
it's
the
quite
frame
beautiful.
was made of glass.
And the frame was made of glass. So we went down and it was beautiful, but as I remarked, there were a few pieces of embellishment missing on one side. So it looked...
We could have fixed it.
We could have fixed it, but then I found something else and I pointed it into Arne. Look at this, and then we left.
And there was no price, so I had to go down again because we went...
Well,
we didn't ask the price either.
No, I made your attention on this item.
And then we just walked out, and then I came back during the week because then you can buy and take picture and send them money. So there's no people in the store. It's like self-service. But there was no price on it, so I had to go back down on Saturday, and I bought it. So it's this one.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Look at this. Isn't this so cool?
It's probably been on a chest of drawers or a high kind of furniture.
Or on top of a mirror or something.
Yeah.
And I want to put this on top of the frames.
Of the door.
Around the door. So this will be on top of the door as a
of your
decoration
studio, yeah.
in the studio. Because it reminds me of this house we saw on the garden tour in Italy. The Vittorale.
It's beautiful.
Il Vittorale. And it's going to be painted in the same color as the frame. Freya!
Freya! Anyway, she's somewhere.
The door is open. Maybe
I know, but it's okay. It's okay. The guys are out there as well, so it's fine.
I think actually she snapped one food from one of the guys.
She stole from his hand.
Yeah, and I came and I like, Freya! And then she was like just running quick and into the house and in her cage. Yeah. And she was hiding.
Yeah, she knew she did something naughty.
She knew she did.
So she grabbed something out of one of the guys' hands.
Or maybe had his food on the floor, on the ground or something. I don't. Because she got something.
So she doesn't need dinner tonight.
No, she had her dinner already.
Yeah. So back to the thrifting. If you've followed us since 2020, you know we love going thrift shopping, especially this guy here. I became a thrift shop convert back in 2021 or 22. Now I love thrifting as well, especially because you're always looking for new stuff to add to your home.
Yeah. If you,
And actually, when we were in London as well, when we went to London, we went to this really nice store, secondhand, where they sold shirts by the weight. This is one of the ones you got.
I bought this one,
And I got two. I think I got 2 or 3 as well.
That was a good store.
Yeah, and I love the idea of giving something a second life. You don't need it anymore, or you got tired of it. You don't enjoy it anymore. You send it somewhere, and then someone else, like me or Arne, can come, get it, and give it a second life. That's a very sustainable way of...
That's actually... We were thinking about taking some of the shirts that have shrunk in the closet and put them in our quilting, but maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe we should give them away.
No, I think as long as you're doing repurposing things,
but still,
reusing them in new ways, it's sustainable. And I think it's a very nice way to do it. We've been, and of course you've been doing your Dead Ladies projects, which is a nice way to, so Dead Ladies projects are projects that Arne buys in thrift stores that are unfinished, probably.
I have a few actually.
Because somebody dropped dead and or was blind.
That was like, the needle was in there.
Yeah,
still.
and so Arne buys them.
Sewing a stitch.
And finishes them. And that's also nice. It's a way to not let it go to waste.
But I found this is a really nice one. I can show that another time. I think I showed it already. You know this scene from up in the mountains in Norway with this the milkmaid and the cows? And it's like, I want to take that and I'm going to add something very strange into it. Make it something different, kind of. So that is cool.
So it's a nice way. I mean, really, the thrift shopping, the second life, the repurposing is a good way to work with the environment instead of the fast fashion, which we hate.
It's very trendy, actually. We're very trendy.
We're very trendy, and
maybe we started the trend.
Maybe, yeah. And fast fashion is something we don't appreciate. The fact that you just buy more and more clothing and then. When you clear out your closet, there's stuff there that was really cheap and it still has the labels on it. Yeah. That's wrong. But this way of doing it, buying a shirt that someone else has no need for anymore.
Or finding the nice shares in the container.
Exactly. Like it's a great way to renew your home or renew your wardrobe. It's less expensive and it's better for the environment. And I have noticed, Arne, that we have inspired a lot of people when it comes to our thrifting. So more and more people are sharing their thrifting finds on their channels and on their media, which is lovely. It's very nice to see that we can inspire people to do things like that. So
that's
very
good.
Nice. So
talking about thrifting, Carlos, because this is. I brought this one because we talked about the Granspilder
last time, yes.
The glossy pictures that kids have, and we couldn't find a name. I think maybe we got some suggestions, did we?
Mm-hmm. But I can't remember right now what.
But this is from a thrift store in Boston.
Yeah.
And this one belonged to Georgie, and it's from 1876.
Well, this is a remarkable find because
this one, that's Georgie.
Because this was in a thrift store in Boston, and it was very cheap, and it's a treasure, and it's from 1870. Oh my God!
This is full of these.
But you have to.
This is full of these pictures.
If I hold it, you can flick the pages.
So this is what we call Granspilder in Norwegian. Is glossy pictures that kids did collect. So this one is really beautiful. And the pages are made of fabric.
Yeah, and it's got what's it called? The whip stitch?
It's like they have sewn around.
Yeah, it's got a whip stitch, just to see there, around it.
And then I have another one, also this one is really nice.
Beautiful.
So I normally get these when I find them in thrift stores. Well, that's something I found today.
It's also a thrift. It's a...
No, that's not a...
It's a shirt.
Yeah, it's a... I think I had another one here. I have a bag with... I find it like... But this is Granspilder in Norwegian.
Yeah.
No, but that shirt is something I found today because I was cleaning, and I think this is something I plan to make shirts when we get our fabrics. And
is this a?
This is an old shirt that I have taken apart, and I'm going to make patterns, paper patterns from this. And then, because I like this was a good model, maybe that shrunk. I have no clue. But now when we get our fabrics, I was thinking we should do shirts with our fabrics and maybe just short sleeves and wear jackets on them.
Yeah.
Because then it's quicker. This one had... Was this yours?
No, never. It's not been mine.
No, and it had short sleeves.
I think this shirt is my dad's.
Or maybe it's your dad's.
Yep.
But the short sleeves are easy to. Then you don't have to do buttonholes.
And there's no way because
No, you don't wear short sleeves.
I hate short sleeves on shirts, and I think you do too.
I had few before, but then I wear jackets because
I don't like short sleeves on shirts.
I feel so skinny
Me
when I have
too.
those.
I don't have muscular arms to show off.
But I can wear them with jackets.
Yeah. So what I do is I always wear long sleeves and then I roll up the sleeves. That's fine. I can roll up a sleeve.
Yeah,
I will never. You won't see me in short sleeves.
No, because
shirts.
you can roll them down again.
Yeah.
Freya, she want to be hugged. Oh.
But yeah, as Arne was saying, and I'm sure you've already seen it, we are launching a collection of fabrics this year with Lewis and Irene, our new best friends. And we're really happy to be working with them. And it started off quite slow, but now things are taking off and it's going pretty well. The fabrics will be available in the end of September. And we have them here to show you guys because we've already showed them in paper. But it's always nicer to show them in real life. And we're not going to talk about the inspiration and the idea and what it actually is today, because we're going to save that for a video later on. However, we're going to talk about maybe our favorite fabrics out of all these.
This is not even the right fabric.
No, this
is a little bit thicker, I think.
But not all of them are here even.
Or maybe they're not.
No.
So no, they're not. All of them are not there.
No, all of them are not there because we're still working on.
They're in the car.
It doesn't matter. We have a few with us. The main fabric is not here, but we've got a really lovely one.
This one is really similar to the main fabric, but the main fabric is bigger.
The main fabric is bigger. This one looks like this. And if we zoom it in, as you can see, it's got these little lovely birds and little trees and plants. It's quite lovely. And we've done it in 3 colorways. So you have you've got the purple one, and then you've got the yellow one, which is quite lovely.
That's your color.
I love this. And then you've got the blue one, which looks like this. So 3 different, same fabric, 3 different colors. And they've got already now, even if it's not the correct fabric yet, it's the quality will be even better. But it already has the selvage with ARNE, Carlos, and Lewis and Irene. So I'm personally very happy with this one.
I think it was so fun to get this in the mail.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if we see it, it's exactly how we draw it, but still it's different when you see it on the fabric.
Yeah. And it is a new way of working as well. I mean, making the pattern small. We would tend to want to make them bigger, but they're going small. Now this one's a surprise. This is a more of a graphic design. It's a little psychedelic.
Yeah, I think that came out really nice.
Yeah. So sometimes when we make a design, what you see on the computer screen and what you see on paper, you may, in my opinion, I thought this was nice, but I was mind blown when I saw it.
It came out really nice.
Because it's amazing. It is really, really cool.
And in 3 different colors.
And in 3 different colors. Yeah, you've got the light blue, the pink, and the purple. Although my favorite one is the light blue one. I love this fabric now. And this is something completely very cool.
Match your shirt.
Match my shirt.
You need a shirt in this one.
So this was a favorite. Although my biggest favorite one is the pine cones.
Pine cones.
I love this fabric. It's very simple. It's just pine cones in repetition.
And I tried the pine cones in the hexagon for the Christmas quilt. It came out like this. It's a little bit Christmassy.
It is, yes.
So it works for the Christmas quilt.
So we've got a blue one, and then we've got 2 different darker ones. We've got the red one, which is, as Arne said, a little Christmassy, and then we've got a black one with red in it that is also quite
No, black.
Nice.
That's green. It's green.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, no.
You're turning colorblind.
No. So yeah, and this is the green. It's very dark. It's kind of like little greens, invisible green. It sometimes reads as black. It must be the light.
Yeah, and if you want to have those fabrics, ask your local fabric store.
Yeah,
because then they probably take it.
So you see,
you can get it.
And that's the thing, because you guys talk to us as if, you know what I mean. And we live in Norway. We're working with Lewis and Irene, who are British, but their fabrics are distributed worldwide. So when you ask us, where in America can we get the fabric, or where in Australia can we get it, we really don't know how to answer that question because we don't know. All we know is that there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of interest for the fabrics, and the retailers are probably going to bring it in. But it's not up to us. It's not like we can call up a store in Michigan or in Sydney and say, you have to bring in the fabrics, and then we send it. That's not how it works. So they're distributed around different countries. And the best way to ensure, if you want them, the best way to ensure to get them is if you tell your local store, your favorite store, to bring them in. Yeah. Say that Arne and Carlos have a lovely collection with Lewis and Irene, and we really think you should bring in the fabrics. We'll buy it and all that. And then the retailers will bring it in.
Yeah. And if you're from Norway and live close to Bodø, I've already talked to the quilt store in Bodø, and she wants to get it in her store. Yeah. She also had the first collection we made.
She does, yeah. So in addition to the pine cones, this psychedelic, which is actually the wing of the bird, if you didn't guess it already, it's just we've broken down. So here is the bird, and the wings became this, and then we've got the main fabric, which is the birds in
bigger,
but bigger and in a bit more elements, and then there's the floral And then there's ferns as well, like a fabric with ferns.
But they're actually in the car because
They're in the car,
yesterday when we went to Oslo, we went with a hanger, and you were not so fond of driving a car with a hanger.
No, because we needed to bring back a sofa that I bought.
Yeah, and there was also something like when we started, the car told us that something was wrong with the hanger, and it fixed itself after a while, but then I said that it's better I drive because your driver license is quite new and you can get
in trouble
if you have a hanger that doesn't work. I've done this for many years, so I don't get big trouble like you would. So that's where the fabric is.
Well,
it's
the fabric is in the car.
Then you were mailing to Iris and Louise about some color combination.
Lewis and Irene.
Louis, what did I say?
I think you said Iris.
Iris?
No, Lewis.
No, Louis and Irene.
If you say it really fast, though, it could be Iris.
Yeah,
if you say Irene and Lewis and then Iris. No, Lewis and Irene. No, I had to do some stuff with them. I had to email them and I had to inspect some of the fabrics. These are the fabrics I didn't have to inspect. The other ones, they came with
two different
prints.
Yeah.
I mean, different qualities, and we had to choose the one that we thought was the better. And I ended up doing it at the hairdressers while I was waiting for Arne to get his hair cut.
That was quick.
Yeah. So we'll show the whole collection soon. And really, the best way for you guys to get the fabric is to tell your retailers. Go to your favorite retailers, tell them you want them to bring in the Lewis and Irene fabric, and then they'll know how to get it. There's distributors all over the world who distribute these fabrics. And if you want to see the whole collection, you could go to Lewis and Irene as well.
Yeah.
Just Google Lewis and Irene, go in there and have a look. Although they have the fabrics just on kind of like a print, on the screen.
Or you can go to 1 hour sit and knit for a bit on the Sunday episodes back.
Yeah.
Because we showed the prints also once.
Or you can watch the reels that we did if you want to see the real thing. Because the real fabric is really very different from when you see it flat on the screen. Anyway, we're very excited about this new venture that we're doing. And we're working on some new designs now.
Yes,
and we're very excited.
So fun. It's like, you know, when you start to do those different symbols and you put them together, and it's kind of hard to stop because it's really fun. Just building up this like universe kind of. So, and I've been finishing some hexagon flowers. So this one I showed with our fabric.
It's very lovely.
Christmassy. And then this is another one from.
This is also our fabric.
This is the first fabric we made.
Yeah, the yellow flowers.
The yellow flower, and the pink one is from a napkin or something. And then this one is for Christmas. And this one, I like this one. This is from a tablecloth and the fabric I found in the quilt store in Bodø. And then this is
I love that one.
This is for the summer quilt.
Yeah, and this is the size that we need to kind of work on now, which is, So this is very unusual. I mean, uncomfortable for us, or not uncomfortable, but it's really weird for us because we'd like, we like this size. But
we
actually,
could probably combine them maybe.
Yeah, for quilting, I think we need to.
But for hexagons, this is.
Yeah, this is good for hexagons, but I don't think we could go bigger than that.
No.
That's what they told us.
No, you don't have to go bigger. But this is a good size for if you want to make new patterns.
But we could do basics like this, and of course our lovely little pine cones.
And then I finished this one. This is like real embroidery on top. This is from I think this was also a tablecloth from the thrift store. So I think we have to, when Eric comes next time, we have to take all these hexagons out and see how much we actually have.
Yeah, and then do a couple of episodes on
because
that.
I have no clue. Maybe we have enough for the Christmas quilt.
And then we could do an episode on crazy quilting with our fabrics, and so there's going to be a whole bunch of new things.
I think people want to see more of that.
We're going to record in the beginning of June.
Yeah.
I was going to say, as I mentioned, we're going to the UK. We're going on a garden trip, and we're not going to be here for Constitution Day, May 17th. That doesn't mean we're not going to get to wear our folk costumes in May, because we are. We're just going to do UK with a group. We're hosting a garden tour.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm packing as we speak. I've already got all my clothes laid out. I'm going to put it in the suitcase. It's going to be great. And then when we come back, we're back on the 24th. And then on the 25th, our nephew, as we call him, is being confirmed. That means he's 15 and he's going to be confirmed. And we'll get to wear our full costumes that day.
Nice.
So we call him our nephew because it makes us look younger.
He's a grandnephew.
He's actually Arne's sister's...
He's yours also.
He's your sister's oldest grandchild. So that,
My sister's oldest grandchild.
Yeah.
That makes us grand.
Yeah, so we're his grand uncles. That sounds horrible. So he's our nephew.
We're the coolest grand uncles.
Yeah, we're very cool. And so we get to go to his confirmation wearing the full costumes. So we are going to be wearing them. And it's going to be fun. And I'm sure.
And
look, we've got little duckies in the water. Huh?
I saw white, maybe I said this. There was white swans one day. Again.
Yeah.
So that's always nice.
But I love the ducks because they come every year.
But look what I found, Carlos. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
When I was cleaning. You know when we do this extension and we're going to move my room, I find things. So this is, look at this one. This is something we did with...
Well, not really.
No, not this one, but we did the light design for a light bubble with the moose in the sunset.
So we did a design. This is for a charity. This is like 20 odd years ago.
No, when is it? This is a long time ago.
Yes, 20 years ago. So it's a non-profit foundation supported by UNESCO. And actually, it was a light bulb that when it lit up,
you saw the
it was the contour of the moose. It was very cool. And
that was cool.
And then they put it on a plate like that and gave it to us. So
I don't think the plate was...
This is not very nice.
It's not the nicest plate. But I think we have to save it because it's something we did.
Yeah.
Put it in the archive.
The light bulb is much cooler than the plate.
But
I don't
you can
like
see
the
the
plate.
moose. There's a moose there.
Oh, you can see it.
So this one I was thinking maybe we should just throw it away, but I think we should keep it because it's something we did. History. So that's nice. And I've also been starting to organize my sewing thread in these glasses because every time you buy something and there's like small screws, they come in small plastic bags. So I was thinking it's actually a very nice way to organize sewing thread. So instead of throwing these small plastic bags away, I put the sewing thread in.
Yeah, great. Oh, whoops.
Because I have them in drawers and the sewing thread is always messed up, like tangled to each other. So this is my cleaning project this week.
And we're going to be posting a new pattern, or actually 2 new patterns. May is up, and May's here, and usually in May, June, we like doing crochet.
And the first, we have to show the first. We don't show the second one yet.
No.
Because the first one is finished now. And
it's a lovely little tablecloth.
Tablecloth we showed before, this one. But now we have added the butterflies and the flowers. So this one, the idea is that if you make this one, you can put on as many flowers and butterflies
as little
you like, or as little. But there is a butterfly and a flower, if you want that, on your tablecloth. So this is for the greenhouse in the summer or for the garden table.
Yeah, so when we finish this podcast, we're going to photograph it, we're going to post it online, and it will be available by the time you
see this.
You see this. So,
but you're going to put it through your machine.
Yeah.
The steamer.
I'm going to put it through my, no, it's my rotary iron.
Rotary iron.
Put it through that. And actually, I think we could show the other one, even though it's not quite ready, but it will be. Again, we've banned plastic bags when we go shopping. We only bring tote bags. And we just did a fun little crochet one that looks like this.
Yeah.
In black and gray. No, gray and red, sorry.
Gray and red.
And I think it's quite lovely. I love the design of it, or the pattern on it.
And we did a new what do you call that? Handle, a different one, because we have done things like this before with a more complicated handle. Really, we didn't think it was complicated, but then we heard from some crocheters that it took forever.
Yeah.
So then we changed it.
So this one will be probably posted. It will probably be in the beginning of June. So,
But first, this one.
but first this one, yeah.
And I found the other book.
What's
Norwegian. This is a glansbilder.
Oh, glansbilder
Look,
again.
this is, they come like this and you cut them out. This is from a thrift store in Ålesund.
We love collecting all these little things.
There's so
don't we?
much, Christmas. There's so much inspiration in them.
And the good thing is when you get your studio, Arne, finally, you're going to be able to put everything right so that you can find these things.
I can find it. Look at the teddy bear or the bears.
It's very lovely.
Very nice. So this is a glansbilder thing.
Yeah.
And it's nice to collect these things.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, Arne, it's...
Moose,
moose. Oh, she saw the duck on the lake.
Oh, yeah. I think that is the Canadian duck we have in the lake. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
moose. There she goes. Maybe you should just open the door so she can go out and chase him. Yeah, I think open the door. Freya. Otherwise, otherwise she goes the other way.
Oh.
I almost fell when Arne got up.
You were on the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there she goes. Oh, she runs straight down to the water.
I may have raised my voice, but it wasn't because I was angry with Arne. It was because I was tilting. I was like, ah!
Oh, yeah, because...
Yeah, we're sitting on a bench, and when he got up,
Poof.
apparently I'm slightly heavier than you are, I've heard.
No, because if you sit on the edge...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's off.
I have to tell the story. Do we have time for that?
Yeah, we'll do a story and then we'll wrap
to tell
up
the story.
since we have to go pack.
As you know, we drive a Beetle in the summer, and last summer we hardly drove the Beetle because it broke down 3 times. And this year, this spring, I just found out, I heard that there's a special gasoline you should not use on vintage cars.
And it's the one that is available everywhere.
And it's the one I've been using for, since we got the Beetle fixed. And I talked to the guy in the gas station, and he said they have that since 2005.
The new kind of gas?
The one you should not use on old cars. And I knew that you had to add this thing that we have in the car, and I've done that. But now I learned that that doesn't help. You shouldn't use that. You can't use it on, like, the grass clipper, what's that?
Oh, the lawnmower.
Lawnmower. You can't use it on the snowblower. You can't use it on the chainsaw. It's like you can't use it on anything almost. So I've learned. And now we've been filling the car with the right stuff. And this, so far, knock knock, it has been really good.
Yeah.
And today we...
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Let's knock on more.
Yeah.
Here.
And today we drove it down to the garage, and now they're gonna take the, what do you say? Like
they're gonna do a little
the
check.
spring thing, so we can start driving again.
Yeah,
so that will be good.
When you drive an old vintage car, for the sake of our safety, it's always better to have the mechanics at the garage check it out first.
Like for us, we don't know anything about the engine or the things in the car, so we know how to fill gasoline, and we know how to put on that little thing in the back, the rubber band that drives everything around. And we can check the oil.
That's it.
That's it. So I think it's very important, actually, to have some professional checking the car before you drive in the summer.
Okay, that's the story. I think the carpenters are on their way. We're going to do gardening. We're going to finish cleaning the garden now, pack, put the pattern online. So it's a busy day today, and so we're going to cut it a little bit shorter.
And I'm going to finish my 2 shares.
Yep. So plenty to do around here, and Freya is now out surveying the garden and looking at the ducks on the lake. Although there's no risk of her ever jumping in that lake. She did it once when she was a puppy. She'll never do that again.
On a snowflake, like ice flake?
Ice chunk.
Ice chunk, because there was a little bird, and she jumped to catch the bird, and she ended up on... Oh, that's poor.
Yeah, she came in, and we got her in, and she was in shock.
But now she learned the hard way,
She's
not going in the water anymore.
So we hope that you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up.
Yes.
Like and subscribe and engage with our content, because that really helps us.
Yep.
And if you are a subscriber, make sure to turn on your notifications so that you never, ever miss an episode. And for additional content, consider becoming a member of the Arne and Carlos YouTube channel. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there. Emojis, we've got badges, weekly catch-ups, live streams with knitting help, and shenanigans in the kitchen. So if you're interested, all you need to do is go to the YouTube channel, check out the subscribe button. Next to it, there's a join button, and then you can click on that and see all the perks that you get if you become a member. Yeah. So thank you.
Good.
Yes, very good. So we're going to England now. So thank you so much for watching, and cheerio. See you again soon.
And you have to go and press this one.
I do. Bye.
Bye. Oi, Freya.